Right, Nana? Case study 5. Ready? Okay. So this is based on what concept? Performance measurement and evaluation. Non-financial performance indicators. That is a concept. Non-financial performance indicators. That is the concept. What do you mean by non-financial performance indicators? Other than numbers. Okay, other than numbers. So the question is from this particular chapter, PME, and the concept is non-financial performance indicators. Okay, chalo. Let's see. Marcus Neo Fashion Limited is a leading brand in fashion world. Company is dealing in both fabric and ready-made garments. Since the company was established long ago, hence has well-established SOPs. Management at MNFL is highly concerned with performance and productivity. In order to determine and appraise the performance, MNFL conducts fortnightly meeting of heads of different responsibility centers apart from quarterly master meeting. In master meeting, each of such departmental head need to present report for his department on following aspects. So you can see performance matrix dashboard at MNFL. First one, you see the criteria, Nana. First one, average capital employed in department with detailed information of source and nature, working or permanent capital. Second one is revenue and earnings. Third one is output in terms of number of units and per employee productivity. Fourth one is existing clients and new customer added with data on market share. Got the point? So these are the indicators that they are using right now. In one of the recent such master meetings, which was chaired by CEO, newly appointed VP HR quoted, intellectual capital is as critical as financial capital in order to ensure smoothing success and sustainability of any business. Hence, employee wheresoever lacked in technical skills, it is essential and important to work on his skills in order to enhance the productivity. So VP HR said at a MNFL ratio of skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled worker or 1:2:6, which needs to be worked out because it is very poor. He also insists to roll out new wage policy which should support performance related pay. He said, I don't know much about enterprise performance, but I strongly believe that performance indicators must include performance of employees in terms of their skill and knowledge. Immediately, VP Finance said, existing performance matrix is essentially focused on EV or EBIT and returns on capital, hence sufficient from perspective of performance appraisal. Hence, there is no major need to consider impact and effect on human capital. He also added that entity's revenue is growing at 14%, earning is happening at 12%, earning is also growing at 12%, which 4% on higher side than industry. He said present rate of ROI is 11.5%, which is better than industry average of 9%, and market cap is also doing well. So VP Finance countered by VP Planning and Operations, according to him, skilled labor will be added advantage in order to develop Z culture. This is very important, Anna. What do you mean by Z culture? That is zero accidents, zero defects, zero delays, zero inventory, zero breakdowns, zero changeovers, zero waste. Very important, remember that. He also said skilled labor can also add value by incorporating innovations. He quoted presently average defect rate is 1.5% of the total production. On this, VP Marketing added, skilled employee means better process and better process leads to competent value chain which can serve highly customized product. Hence, preconceived quality, that is conformance to customers' need, whatever the customers are anticipating, giving them the same, leads to strong brand equity. Chief Information Officer support, that is for VP Marketing and VP HR, by quoting the position of brand can be improved by product development. Newly developed product will meet and set latest style statement in the market, eventually help MNFL to acquire new customers within existing market without incurring much on advertisement or sales and promotion. Skilled labor can easily bring innovation to the product. So you are required to first one. Post conclusion of meeting, CEO requested you, who are you? Management accountant, to do the following things. First one, describe performance management indicators. Discuss the need of non-financial performance indicators at MNFL. Tabulate role of non-financial performance indicators considering the indicator or measures suggested by VPHR and Chief Information Officer. Briefly explain different models of non-financial performance indicators that MNFL can apply. Got it? That is the question. So as usual, read the question 3 times. We'll start. Read the question now. Done with reading, Nana? All of you. Chala, finished, huh? How much time you will study here? Ready? Okay, let's look at the first one. What is the first one he has asked? Describe performance management indicators. Pretty simple. Have a look at that here. Okay, this is case study 5, your power notes. Okay, and this is based on what concept, Nana? PME and NFPI. What is NFPI? Non-financial performance indicators, right? So the first question is he has asked about what? Performance measurement management indicators, correct? Bol rahe? Very simple. It measures your current performance and also establishes what? Standard. The examples of FPIs are return on investment. You can write RI. You can write earnings per share. Kya hai? You can write EBITDA. What do you mean by EBITDA? Earnings before interest and tax, depreciation and amortization. Okay. You can write EVA. You can write what? SVA. All these things will come under FPI. Coming on to NFPI, obviously you have balance scorecard. You have what? Performance prism. Kya re? We also have building block model, BB model. We had performance pyramid. All these things will come under NFPI, non-financial performance indicators. You got the point? Kya re? All right. Now, what is the need for non-financial performance indicators when it comes to this particular question? See, understand one thing. Strategy for any organization, it needs to be what? Profitable and sustainable. Correct? To make it profitable, you need financial performance indicators. To make it sustainable, you need what? NFPI, because NFPI is all about future. FPI is all about what? Past. That has already happened. So it is a reflection of past. Kya re? This is reflection of future. Are you able to understand? So, if your financial performance indicators are very healthy today, it means already you have done well. Something you have already done well. Are you able to understand? NFPI, if it is healthy today, tomorrow you are going to do well. That is the logic. What you are going to do well tomorrow? Financially, you are going to do well. Are you able to understand? Today, if non-financial performance indicators are really healthy, tomorrow, which means say for example, today quality is good, your customer service is good, what will happen tomorrow? Your sales will increase, your profit will increase eventually. So today's NFPI will help you tomorrow to gain your profit. So that's why it is, if you want to sustain your business, you need NFPI. Are you able to understand? If you want your business to be profitable as of now, yes, you need FPI. Yes? Chalo. Next. That's why I told you FPI is a reflection of past, NFPI is a reflection of future. So, because of this reason, opinion framed by VP Finance is not agreeable. You frame the opinion, you copy paste from the question. What is that he has framed? What kind of opinion? What kind of opinion? Who is that Mukku fella? VP Finance. What did he say? He said that right now we are focusing on EV and EBIT, correct? And that is enough for performance appraisal. There is no major need to consider what? Any impact or effect of human capital. He also added that entities revenue is growing at what? 14% and earning is growing at 12%, and which is 4% greater than the industry, higher than the industry, and therefore this present ROI is always better, and we are actually extremely doing well. So therefore there is no need of what? NFPI. That's what VP Finance is saying. Although it was countered by what? VP Planning and Operations. Are you able to understand? Kya re? This you need to write here. Copy paste from the question. Got this? Next. Okay, let's continue with NFPI. That's what he has asked now. Need of NFPI. These are sustainable indicators. I already told you why. Correct? Because they decide your future. For example, employee training, health and safety training will increase the profit and will make them feel empowered. Correct? Kya re? So therefore, putting effort in those areas in R&D also will help you innovate a lot of products, which will help you build your brand image as well as what? Intellectual property rights as well. Correct? So on the other hand, he is saying that already we are earning very good, profit. We are having very good growth when compared to the industry standards also. Therefore, there is no need of all these things. That thought process is wrong, because we need to think about future. Just because you are growing well now, whatever the financial performance indicators that you are saying, what is that? 14%. What are the percentages? Yeah, 14%. Which one? Revenue, and 12% for earning, which is of course 4% greater than the industry. That is a result of the past action. We need to write that sentence. That is a result of the past action, which does not guarantee the future results. Are you able to understand? NFPI guarantees the future results. Are you able to understand? Today, if you concentrate on NFPI, it will ensure that you sustain well in the future as well. Are you able to understand? Arey bol yaar. You got the point what I'm trying to tell you? All of you? Right, fantastic. Now, what is the role of NFPI? That's what he has asked in the question. Third one. What is the role of NFPI? This considers non-monetary aspects of performance, means skill, attrition, job satisfaction, quality of the product. All these things will be considered by NFPI, which FPI will not consider. FPI means what? Financial performance indicators. What do you mean by that, sir? Skill means, attrition means natural decline of number of people working in an organization. Are you able to understand? Why? Because probably they are not interested in the organization, or they are not having job satisfaction, or they are not having enough growth opportunities in the organization, or they are not getting paid. Are you able to understand? Well, are you able to understand? Whatever the reason, if attrition is happening, then it's going to be very dangerous for your organization. Correct? Carry. So, NFPA also considers many things which FPA does not consider. The best example is skill, attrition, job satisfaction, quality of the product. You understand the point? Carry. Now look at the role of NFPA. They have to manage human resources. They have to ensure that quality of product and service is good, and also build the brand. This is based on the question only. In the question only, the discussion is happening based on these factors. Arey bol yaar, where did I took these things? From the question. From the question, if you read the question, the discussion is happening on human resources, that is employees. The discussion is happening on quality of the product and service. The discussion is happening on brand awareness. Arey bol raha. So how to manage human resources? Ensure that your staff turnover rate is less. Ensure that your absentee rate is less. Take a job satisfaction survey. Ensure that the survey is really good. Are you able to understand? Positive. I'm trying to say positive. Are you able to get me? Coming on to quality of product and service that can dominate rivals' products. You need to have such a kind of quality and service where you can dominate your rivals, provide more value for the same price, and thereby you'll have a competitive edge as well. For that, NFPI will help you to have something like that. Are you able to understand? How much quality you have a little bit more when compared to your competition, you cannot say that. It can't be measured. That is one of the negative points of NFPA, correct? It can't be measured. You don't have a yardstick to measure it. Are you able to understand? But still it is needed for sustainability of business. Got the point? All of you? Brand awareness. Higher the brand value, high will be the loyalty. High will be the perceived quality. High will be the perceived value of your product, which we have seen value-based pricing and pricing agents chapter. So, when the perceived value of your product is very high, you can sell your product at a higher price, and that helps. That is the reason people would like to build the brand for consistent sales, and you can sell it at a higher price. Yes. Okay, next one. What is the last one that he has asked in the question? Obviously, what are the different models of non-financial performance indicators that MNFL can apply? Obviously, we know the answer. What are they? Balance scorecard, performance pyramid, performance prism, building block model. I told you building block model also can be applied both for service sector as well as what? Manufacturing sector, whereas remaining three can only be applied for manufacturing sector. Now, many of you people were asking me, sir, okay, anyway, these concepts we know, correct? I gave you notes for BSc. BSc is there in your notes. Performance pyramid is there. Performance prism is there. It's there or not there? Building block model is also there. As so what? From there you copy paste what we have discussed in the class. There ends the matter. This case study is done. Now, the point is, many of you guys were asking me, sir, management consultancy, you said that there is a career option like that, and how to go about it, and is there a really value? I can tell you a live example. Recently only I came to know that there's one of the famous private banks. It is top 2 private banks in the country. Their performance, I don't want to tell the name, okay. The performance measurement is happening by using BSc, balance scorecard, even today. You understand what I'm trying to say? They are not aware of it. You can approach. You can tell them that yours is a service sector, and forget about being a service sector. Even for manufacturing sector, BSc is what? Outdated. These are all the negative points. Are you able to understand? Your employees will not be happy. You can tell them, because BSc does not consider all these things into consideration. Correct? Yes. Okay. So therefore, what you can say is that, and moreover, because yours is a service sector, it's better we can implement what? building block model. So, and then you can take the consultancy if at all they provide you based on whatever the kind of minimum goodwill that you've got, and they'll start paying you. You need to take care of the entire implementation in the whole. It depends upon whatever the kind of understanding you have. What I'm trying to tell you is that much of opportunity is there. That's what I'm telling you. So the entire society is not that aware of all these things. Are you able to get me? Care everyone, right? Chala, fantastic. That's it. We are done with this particular case study. You just copy paste the concept, whatever that we have discussed in the class. All this BSc, performance pyramid, performance prism, building block model, everything you know the concept. Correct? Care, all of you, right? We just need to copy paste that. There ends the matter, right? That's it. We are done with this particular case study. Chalo, take the pics. You want me to erase this? Care, copy none. Shall I erase? Right. I'm doing it. I don't think I can undo. I can't undo. Mokko fellow. Chalo, do it. If you're done with it, you tell me. I'll move on to the next one. Finished, huh? Copied? All of you confirm here so that I'll move to the next one. Is it confirmed? Shall I move? Next. What, Anna? Correct, Anna. It's correct only, but we have to cover now. Yeah. Yeah. Obvious. That's what I'm telling to everyone, but they're not realizing it. Finished? Are we done? Next. Done, all of you? Can I move on? Copy done. Right, next one, Anna. Yeah, Ray, finished, huh? Next. This one. Finished? Right, last one. Finish it off. You see, a big case study has been very much simplified. So now when you're revising it, it will be very easy for you to revise because the content is very small. You can just revise it in a minute or two and then you can move on to what next case study. So the revision before the day of the exam is very important. Done? Finished, all of you? Should have the last one. Guys, finished, all of you? Let's finish off this one.